Big Boy Shit 1
Love to use
on,
it now.
on YouTube. Um, have it independently regulated. Changing sponsorship rules 6 days after a takeover feels a bit corrupt. This came out in the Man City court case. The EPL claims they have been planning the change anyway, but then couldn't produce any evidence.
So we've got a City fan on our hands here. Like,
To be honest, I kind of read that a little bit as a potential Newcastle fan.
When that started out, I was like, how am I going to navigate this? Yeah, that sounded right up my alley.
So
Look,
it's kind of like a middle ground from what we were all saying. So it's not exactly free reign, but it'd be independent so that the league aren't the ones deciding.
yeah, I'm totally down for that. Look, I mean, my only thing with that is there is talk of an independent regulator at the moment. I think there is some sort of regulator in place currently, and it's not very transparent. I think whether it's an independent regulator or a governing body regulator, I think there just needs to be transparency to it and legal ramifications for breaking it that are clear and obvious, because there's too much grey area at the moment.
like
But
in just in terms of the sponsorship thing, is I don't really know how this is personally still a big issue in the Premier League, because I just think any sponsorship deal should be thoroughly investigated, regardless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing, Nate. I think none of us are looking to dodge the rules here, but I think we're in a position now
some of
that,
you don't want rules at all.
well, no, like
No,
I'm all up for rules that work.
PSR and sponsorship related deals are two
Yeah,
different subjects, and I just think in terms of the sponsorship stuff, is it's not hard to investigate a company and see is there ties there. It's really not. So
yeah, it's just doing due diligence. Like it's like Nate said, it's not hard at all.
It's like in the F1 where all these companies just happen to be popping up on the cars, and they're definitely not connected to the tobacco industry.
That's something
Definitely
we
not.
actually need to do an episode on
but like
sponsorship
Killian,
within the game.
everyone knows that. You know what I mean? So like it's not being investigated. Where that's what we're asking for in the Premier League is like if there is a dodgy deal, and City have had their fair few where like imaginary people are owning companies. It's like if we can figure it out, the Premier League can.
It's also the thing that I really want to see happen is it's too long between it happening and the ramifications of doing it, because it gets tied up in legal hearsay and back and forths and appeals, and it should just be a quicker system to, you broke the rules, we know you did, here's your fine or your punishment, we move on.